Up next is a quick leg video with some intensifiers in order to grow your tree trunks, man. These are gonna include maybe myo reps, drop sets, rest pause, heavy walking lunges. So just several different ways to like really push your leg training session to the next level. All right, so do a drop set here. So what we do is go close to failure, then drop the weight, go close to failure again, drop the weight a third time, approach failure a third time, and then drop the weight one more time. So multiple approaches to failure. All right, so take this nice and heavy approach failure, and after you've done a warm-up feeler set, then you drop the weight, approach failure a second time, drop the weight a third time, approach failure again. Have a total of 3 to 4 total approaches to failure, all in one longer drop set in order to create the maximum amount of hypertrophy from one single set. All right, so training calves, we're gonna do a multiple drop set. So you're gonna approach failure, and when you get close to failure, you're gonna drop the weight, approach failure a second time, drop the weight, approach failure a third time, drop the weight, approach failure that fourth time, in order to get the absolute maximum amount of hypertrophy from just a single set. This is, of course, after you've taken the time to do at least one warm-up set and one heavy set as well. All right, so after you've done a nice warm-up set or two, maybe even a top heavy set, then you'll come and do another top heavy set. Once you approach failure, you're gonna drop the weight and approach failure a second time, drop the weight, approach failure a third time, and then do it again for a fourth. That we're having multiple approaches to failure, all within the same set, and a maximum amount of time under tension. All right, so after you've done a warm-up or a feeler set and at least one top heavy set, you'll come and do another top heavy set. Once you approach failure, rack the weight, drop a little weight down, approach failure a second time, drop the weight, approach failure a third, drop the weight, and approach failure a fourth time. In order to have multiple approaches to failure, get that maximum time under tension. All right, so we're gonna do, after a feeler warm-up set, you're gonna do a nice heavy set. Then on your second heavy set, you have multiple approaches to failure. You're gonna approach failure, and once you do, you're gonna drop the weight, approach failure a second time, drop the weight, approach failure a third time, drop the weight, and then approach failure a fourth time. Having multiple approaches at failure. All right, so the infamous Ronnie Coleman's once again, walking lunges. This time we've upped the weight from 135 to 225. Before the end of the off season, we'll be at 315. But for today, this will work. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and I hope you got yourself a monster pump. Love you guys.